Perestroika and restructuring radically changed the moral and political climate in the country and won the support of the working people.
On the third day of the 69th Communist Party Congress, Perestroika, the process of change initiated by Soviet First Secretary Mr. Gorbachev, showed no sign of slowing up. Quick-fire succession, they rubber-stamped the entire shake-up of Soviet power, forced through yesterday's Central Committee session. In 40 minutes, it was all over. It leaves Mr. Gorbachev.
We say categorically that those who actively pursued policies of what we now know as stagnation period, those people have no place in the new party. Because they must be held responsible for it. Would you give up the seat? Because we in the political do not know who exactly you have in mind. We are somebody else. I don't know, Mikhail Sergeyevich. First and foremost, I would name Comrades Solomonsev, Gramyka, Afanasyev, Arbatov, and others.
So what's the big problem?
Chuck, we can't raise Coyote 2.
Maybe they're lying low.
Sir, they got all kinds of activity right now. 2-hourly check-ins, big operational activity. They've been using dead drops, live letter boxes, satellite signals, shortwave low frequency, you name it.
And one by one, their lights went out.
When?
Started at 4 yesterday morning. By noon, it was all over.
An entire CIA cell does not just disappear off the face of the earth.
An entire CIA cell cannot just vanish off the face of the earth. Or so said Charlie Lupus, the head of Eastern Europe for the CIA, and he couldn't have been more wrong, because that's exactly what had happened. That left Charlie very few options, in fact, just the one. He had to send somebody into East Germany to find out what had happened. Now, normally, agents operating in hostile territory work out of the embassy or the consulate, under diplomatic cover. But Charlie couldn't do that. He didn't have anybody available within the American embassy, so he had to send a man in on the black. Now, that is dangerous, damn dangerous, because if things go wrong, the agent is beyond help. Now, all this was just before the Gorbachev-inspired reforms, in the days when the Berlin Wall really was impregnable and East Germany was a hardline fortress under the heel of the secret police. If the events of this story had turned out slightly differently, it could still be so. Anyway, the man that Charlie picked was called, well, I'll call him Jack Grant. He was the son of a US serviceman, raised in Berlin and bilingual in German. And when Jack Grant went through the wall, what he discovered was, well, it was a lot more than a missing cell.
Come on, we're trying to work here.
Sit. Well, about time.
Hey, look at that! Hey, come on, kids! It's coming down!
Hey, Flower, how are you? You know, little did I think that day I put you on that damn helicopter in Nam that you'd marry into the agency.
Hey, you look like you've been working days and nights forever.
Wow, I smell something good. What is it? Bamboo shoots?
Oh, I'll leave you to it.
Tommy, Larry, thank you. Got something for you.
What do you got for me?
I got a problem.
What is it?
Coyote 2 is down.
I heard. What hurt in plans?
Jack, I need you to go in for me. Nobody knows what the hell's happened. My other 2 circuits are lying under the bed with the blankets pulled over their heads.
Under the bed.
Jack, I know you just got back, but you're my first choice.
Chuck, I'm stretched. I might look okay, but my hand still shakes.
Berlin will be a piece of cake after Beirut. Jack, you're a victim of your own success.
When?
Now.
Your file says you play the flute.
Conservatoire, West Berlin, class of 70.
Yeah. Well, you ever hear about a little outfit we run out of a garage on East 42nd Street called Infiltration and Pipelines, preparing for World War III?
Yeah, what about him?
Yeah, they have a sleeper. He works in the Berliner Theater, East Berlin. He's a stagehand. You got a cigarette?
I quit. You know, you smoke too much.
What's too much? Who knows how long you got in this job?
I'd rather die by a bullet.
In 2 days' time, Tuesday, you will accompany a chamber music ensemble from West Berlin into the Soviet sector by bus. You play some Baroque stuff, they return to the West late evening.
And I stay behind.
The sleeper comes out in your place. We give the guy vacation.
Oh, how thoughtful.
It's all there in the file. He has a small apartment and a beat-up Volkswagen. Yeah, the only tricky part is getting you there. Once you're inside, you meet your control, and then the entire resources of the USA will back you up.
What is the control with the agency down? British?
Yeah, Brits don't want to know.
You.
None other. Oh, don't look so worried. We've got an edge.
An edge?
A well-placed possible source to burn. He's a cipher clerk with the East German Security Service. Name of Oberg, Dieter.
What does this clerk do?
He works on the staff of the director, General Vogel.
Not bad. How do we blackmail Mr. Oberg?
He's in love with a blonde.
A blonde?
Oberg's little strudel, according to the tapes.
Strudel.
Mein klein strudel.
How you there, my little apple pie? Big bad bear's home, dear heart.
Anemones, Dieter. You know, I adore anemones.
Wonderful. With her chip.
Catch it.
The checkpoint is the next street after this.
Passports?
So kind. Thank you very much.
I always think you play Scarlett.
And Herr Schöner, may I thank you? It's been an honor for us to be here. It really has.
Not at all, Dr. Chrysler. Thank you. It's infinite.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Anna, how's it going?
Fine, everything's fine.
Where are you headed?
I was coming back from the theater.
Well, it's your lucky night. You can take me back to the station. Hey, are you listening to me?
It's been a long day. I'm going to turn in early.
When your friendly neighborhood cop says drive me to the police station, you jump, mister. Look at me when I speak to you.
Drop my keys. You got a flashlight?
What an idiot.
It's 2 specials on 4.
You look as if a hot meal would go down well, my friend.
You ain't kidding. I'll take the works. You still making that great potato soup? You know, the old Dresden recipe?
Potato soup?
Dresden recipe.
Dresden is not renowned for potato soup. You're confusing it with something else.
Maybe I meant Thuringia.
Who are you?
I'm a traveler in need of a place to stay. Change of clothes. The apartment I planned on fell through.
This is a bad time. Something very bad is in the air.
I need a place to stay.
I can't help you.
Hey, man, you take our money.
No one will help you. They've lost confidence in you people.
Hey, you've helped me rain or shine, you understand? Now I'll turn you into the SSD myself. Well, go ahead. One word, one whisper. And tomorrow you'll be picking your nose with your toes.
One of them came in here 3 nights ago.
Who?
Yo-Yo, he'd been shot. Here, left shoulder. Noise of cars outside. He said I was to shut down completely. Then they came in.
They?
SSD, state security, I suppose. They dragged him out. Then one came back, funny accent. He said if I ever breathed a word, me and my family would be in a labor camp within hours.
They didn't suspect you.
Who knows? They play such games. Listen, I can't help you. These people are onto your entire operation.
We paid you, pal.
Excuse me, sir.
I can make your life very unpleasant.
Look, I'll give you a change of clothes, and you can shave.
And food. I need something to eat.
Then you must go.
Yeah. Thanks for the hospitality.
You can change in there.
Who was that?
Oh, just a guy down on his luck. I'm giving him an old coat and some pants.
Rudy, you're such a good Samaritan.
Out of the way.
All right, stand back.
More coffee?
How's it going?
Could be better.
What's the problem?
I got turned out of my place.
Apartment?
Room.
What do you do?
I'm a musician. I play the oboe.
In an orchestra?
I'm not working right now. I'm not unemployed. I'm just not playing. I work as a stagehand.
Me, I'm a painter.
Yeah?
Oils and gouache. Charcoal sometimes.
What about all this?
I have to pay the rent.
That's the truth.
My friend.
Yeah, these old VW's gone for years.
Yeah, it wouldn't take much to fix it up. Bit of paint on some of these scratches. Look pretty good.
Where are you going?
Try to find a place.
You've got no papers, is that the problem?
I got papers.
Money?
Yeah, money's a big problem. That's why I got thrown out.
They even took your oboe, huh?
You don't believe me?
Of course I do.
What's your name?
Annalisa. Look, I have 2 rooms.
You have 2 rooms, huh?
So, if you don't throw any wild parties and you don't mind the smell of linseed oil, you can put your head down there for a while.
Didn't your mother ever teach you not to talk to strangers, Annalisa? I could be a mass murderer.
No, Rudy's a good judge of character. Besides, people like us.
Like what?
Creative people. It's hard enough to live here as it is. What's your name?
Werner. Werner Roll.
Well, Werner, what do you say?
I say thanks a million.
Look, I've got some cans of white paint that Rudy gave me, but I've never got around to painting the apartment.
Okay. You got it.
Lieutenant, which corps can I interest you in?
Uniformed carp, 14th District, found dead in the courtyard.
The man's neck had been broken. Massive bruising to the lower jaw. 2 fractures of the mandible, left and right. Teeth impacted lower.
An iron bar, maybe?
The proverbial blunt instrument. No. Fractures would have been different. Much more profuse.
A rubber truncheon?
Possible. Or this.
They say he'd been drinking pretty hard. Could the deceased have fallen, struck himself?
There is just one possibility. Suppose he went into that dark courtyard to relieve himself. He stands beside the car, facing it, then drops suddenly onto both knees, hitting the underjaw on the roof of the parked car.
Is he drunk enough to do that?
Maybe it had been raining. Couples can be treacherous.
I sell a few, not as many as I'd like.
Do you exhibit at a gallery?
A restaurant, the Laguna.
Very upscale.
All the senior officials and party bosses use it. Max, the owner, he's very good to me. He lets me show there. Everything's a real mess. I'm afraid I'm not that organized.
Is it good?
I don't paint rubbish.
You sure this is okay?
Werner, it's a godsend. I've been looking for a man for months now.
Ah.
No kidding. I can't stand heights.
Heights.
I could never get up a ladder to paint the ceiling.
I'll get started right away.
Bathroom's back there. There's the kitchen, another real mess. You can use this couch. There's some food in the freezer. But I can't let you have any cash. I'm a bit short of funds right now.
People never cease to surprise me.
You ought to learn to trust them. There aren't many people who are really bad. Now, I've got to go to the restaurant with another couple of paintings. Why don't you have a nap? I think there's a beer in the fridge.
Annalisa.
Yes?
I have something to confess.
What's that?
I'm not that strapped for cash. I could pay you some of the rent.
No, I wouldn't like that. This is my place. My grandmother used to own the whole house. My father learnt how to play the piano in this room. When he was 16, he fought the Russian tanks over there behind the old museum.
It's your home?
Be my guest. That way I can chuck you out when I like.
Tougher than you look, huh?
I'm a survivor. Bye.
Herr Beau, come out to my office for a moment, please. And bring the master file.
Comrade General, shut the door.
Something has taken place over the last few days, and I require to open a file. And among all the secrets which you handle every day, this is of vital importance. It really is beyond your highest classification and must remain so.
I understand, Comrade General.
I want you to keep the signals and the paperwork isolated, inaccessible to all but myself and my Director of Security.
Certainly.
The leader of the Soviet Union is to visit our president and party chairman in 2 days' time.
I see.
It's a most secret visit to explain glasnost, perestroika, and the new direction socialism seems to be taking.
How exciting.
Indeed.
I suggest you do not use the computer system. Signals must be by telex on a secure line. I'll set it up with Moscow KGB. It'll be Arcadia of the 13th. We work well together.
No. This time, it's a special signals unit. KGB codename Gorodish.
How will I?
They'll be in touch. Thank you.
General.
Drink, sir?
Coffee, please.
Right, sir.
How's the banking business?
Hi. Good to see you again. What? I've been looking for you, and I brought you this. What do you want? You know what it is? Take it. Oh, yeah. It's for you.
Me?
Yeah, for you.
State security. You two come with us.
Of course. Run for it! There we are! Get him off! You're under arrest!
Leave me alone.
What was the condition of the deceased's clothing? Maybe you could answer today.
Dirt from yard on back of tunic and on sleeves. No blood, not disarranged. Top shirt button open, tie loose. Trace of beer on cuffs and elbows.
No one in the nearby apartments there have been burgled.
Nothing reported.
And every resident has been questioned.
Some are away. Did you hear about the Swiss who was shot today?
Away where?
Working away from home, ill, hospital, visiting relatives.
Get me a list of those who are missing from their apartments immediately after the time of the killing.
Okay. They say he pulled a gun. You think there's a connection?
This is a big city, Dietrich.
Waiter, give me a beer.
Yes, sir.
So, Malcolm, how's life with the British Arts Council?
This really is intolerable. Didn't you get your belly full in Beirut?
Spare me. My company has a serious problem. I need some help.
My dear, we have been told absolutely and on no account to have dealings with you people, not while the present situation obtains.
Remember Montevideo? Did I help you out or what?
That was 6 years ago. We can't actually have this conversation.
You people. You help me, or I flush Lady Godiva down the toilet.
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Lady Godiva, the wife of a senior Hungarian embassy official who's having an affair with the East German Minister of Finance. You've been running her for 6 weeks, Malcolm, my dear. But unknown to your masters of MI6, so are the French. Now, you help me, and I won't tell London.
What do you want?
Chuck's dead. SSD arrested him. He broke away. Tried to frame some poor bystander. Took the heat off of me. Contact D Plans Langley. Deputy director only. Message as follows. Yo-Yo was arrested by SSD 3 days ago at Rudy's Cafe. Chuck's down. I'm going ahead with the job. Nothing more so far.
I'll see what I can do.
You'll manage, pal. And I'd be real happy if you did it soon. Like in 30 minutes.
Jack, I don't give a stuff about Lady Godiva. I was fond of Chuck. Don't ever try to push me around. I've forgotten how angry you could make me.
I love you. You'll send it?
Just this once. And don't come back. This is not a nice place for you to be.
Right. Only 3 residents not seen at the apartment block since the day of the murder.
Proceed.
They are Frau Grossman, Irma, retired bookseller. Master Sergeant Haberst, Siegfried 149 Tank Regiment, and Roll Werner Theodore, stagehand at the Berliner Theatre.
Where are they?
Well, Frau Grossman, whereabouts unknown. Sergeant Haberst, he's back with his tank somewhere on the border, and her Roll took leave to work on a farm. He does that 2 or 3 times a year.
Frau Grossman, what age?
71.
Hardly a karate expert.
The farm's up north somewhere.
Where?
Well, I don't know.
We'll call in at the theatre. They're obliged to keep a record.
You think one of these 2 was the killer?
Sergeant, a cop has been murdered. Or maybe it was a drunken brawl. But we should produce a suspect or 2 before the chief gets impatient. How did Roll travel up north?
Well, he didn't talk to his neighbors much, but his little beetle's missing.
What little beetle?
It's Volkswagen.
Would you mind checking with vehicle records?
They're closed.
Sometimes they work late. I'll get the car.
Comrade Colonel, I'm handling a signals job for the General.
Then get on with it.
Yes.
Yes?
General, I have these signals. Your eyes only.
Thank you. Is there a problem?
Sir, it's indecipherable with the equipment at my disposal.
I'm sure we'll manage.
Of course.
One duster coat blue.
Inspector,
blue.
What is this about?
One jacket, wool, tweed, brown. Jacket, wool, tweed. Was he a violent man?
Werner? He was a music lover. That's why he came here to work. During Parsifal, he used to cry.
Excuse me. What did Werner Roll do for military service?
Cook. He was an army cook.
He used to cry during Parsifal. What the hell is Parsifal?
It's an opera.
It's not Roll.
What?
It's not Roll. This jacket smells of fancy Western soap and aftershave.
You think we're looking for someone from the West?
Tell all units to approach with caution.
Hey, Dieter. What's up?
Pardon me, have we met?
Yeah. I'm a friend of Irwin's.
I think you're confusing me with someone else.
Irwin, big husky trucker. Loves his apple strudel. Don't worry about it. Let's go grab a beer.
I'm late, I have to go home.
Well, fine, I'll just call you at your office. I can reach you through Colonel Schnabel, can I?
I know not what will my fate be, or why I feel something's wrong. I only know that my heart is full of the sound of an ancient song. The air is cool and it darkens and calmly flows the Rhine.
I didn't know such place existed. Here.
Of course, it's underground. You have to know the right people. Heavy sentence for just being here.
I would lose my job. Couldn't we just have gone to a bar? You said a bar.
Relax.
Who are you? What do you want?
Dieter, I have photographs of you with Irwin. sound recordings. And not just My Little Strudel, but also the apricot game. You remember the apricot game? Such a security risk. And you, with the security service.
Who are you?
You know, in the West, in America, we have plenty of places like this. And they don't bother people like you and Irwin.
I don't like clubs like this.
All you have to do is get up and walk out. Report this attempt to your security officer. I'm sure he'd be very understanding.
Attempt? Which attempt?
Blackmail, Dieter. I'm an officer with the Central Intelligence Agency.
No. No. No, no.
Yep, and I'm burning you. That's what we call blackmail in my business.
I didn't ever imagine.
Why, you thought we'd be more subtle? Pal, it is the business of an intelligence official to employ safe and blameless citizens. It is the business of security employees to be safe and blameless. If they stray in my country, they lose their job. Here, I understand, bullet in the back of the neck is the usual penalty.
Stop this.
No, this is not a subtle game. This is the nicest you're ever going to see me.
Stop it.
And Irwin, what will Colonel Schnabel have to say to the big blonde strudel?
You bastard.
Fear goes at the mention of Irwin. What made you think you wouldn't get caught? Because love is blind? And you do love him, don't you? They say California's wonderful this time of year.
California?
Yeah. Dieter, nobody's gonna hurt you if you let me help.
You have some kind of ID? Sidney Thomas.
That's me.
I suppose I knew it could come to this.
Don't decide now. Think it over. I'll see you tomorrow.
Where?
I'll find you. Oh, Dieter, there's a price.
Of course.
5 of my colleagues have disappeared here in East Berlin about a week ago. Do you have any knowledge of this?
No. It's very no.
I'm going to give you the details. Memorize them. Check through your most secret security files tomorrow. Come on, I'll walk you home. You've had a hell of a day.
First Secretary Gorbachev's aircraft, an Aeroflot Yakovlev 42 Serial B1, will land at Schönfeld on Saturday at 1000 hours. It is your function, comrades, to ensure by close liaison with the KGB that this most secret visit by the leader of our communist nations remains a secret and is guaranteed 100% protection throughout. KGB Moscow are flying in a special armored SIL limousine and their Mercedes staff cars. Please pay attention to Colonel Rolf Schnabel, Director of Security for East German State Security.
Comrades, while affairs of state are being discussed, it is our duty to keep all concerned alive. The journey from Schönfeld Airport to the hunting lodge at Rheimeke is clearly going to be the most vulnerable section. Colonel Yuri Serafimovich Zitchev, commander of KGB Spetsnaz Unit 09, is here to coordinate our efforts. Comrades, Colonel Zitchev.
One factor to contemplate. An entire CIA cell, long established here in the German Republic, has completely vanished. My intelligence is that the Americans have ordered them underground for some specific operation. Let us hope they do not have any plans regarding this historic secret meeting between our two nations' leaders.
So. It's you.
You had a nightmare, Werner.
I guess so, I must have.
Thanks for painting the room.
Needs another coat.
I've got some wonderful bath salts.
Yeah?
Ease the tension.
It's gonna take more than bath salts.
Really?
Who the hell are you?
What?
What the hell's in this for you? Huh? No, come on. I can take the truth.
Werner, thanks for painting the room. But I really think it would be a good idea if you found another place.
But it still needs another coat.
I have to go to work now. Find another place. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
What can I get you, sir?
Beer, please.
What the hell are you doing here?
It's a free country.
Don't be stupid.
I guess I'm just not used to trusting people. And, I didn't want, I didn't want you to be upset.
And I'm supposed to fall into bed with you now?
No, that would be a very crazy and dangerous thing to do.
I'm sorry I wasn't at the airport to meet you. How's London?
A monument to litter, dear boy. Why in the name of creation did they have to shoot Chuck Lupus? I mean, if we start shooting each other's spies, where's it all going to end?
Well, no question, he saved... No question he saved Grant's life.
I spoke to Langley. D-Plans is now screaming at SIS to, quote-unquote, provide full support and backup for their officer in the field. They cite some MI6/CIA agreement that I don't actually recall.
Well, that would be disastrous.
This I told them. Grant's on his own. Next item.
All SSD leave has been cancelled. Security teams have been checking out the airport and all routes into the city.
Anything else?
Well, it's an indicator that someone really important is coming in, but usual sources say nobody's expected. I wondered if your ptarmigan cell had heard any rumors.
Absolutely nothing.
Do tell me if you find out.
Werner. I have a friend. A regular friend. He's something in state security.
None of my business.
They say he's a very vicious man.
No, all those security police types are vicious. How long have you known him?
2 years.
You love him?
No.
You gonna tell him about me?
He'd kill us.
Faulkner, Colonel?
Да. Thank you, Colonel. Cheers. Машина бронированная. Корпус бронепробиваемый. И ракеты. И даже в шрифчатке ее не возьмешь. Это сволочь на ней повсюду ездит.
Ага. So.
Хочу убедить его, что в машине ехать опасно. Надо на вертолете.
Murdered by a Western spy. Really, Lieutenant? Surely these things only happen in trashy novels.
Colonel Schnabel, how many times have I troubled the SSD with suspicions of foreign agents or general security problems?
1983, June. You informed my deputy you wished to interview one of our intelligence officers on suspicion of rape and murder.
Unfortunately, the suspect fell from a tall building, so I closed the file.
You don't set out to curry favor, do you?
I'll never get promoted. I'm just a cop, sir.
Thank you for coming in.
I'll inform you when I catch him.
And I'll note your suspicions.
There was apparently a shooting by the canal yesterday. Will my squad be informed of the details?
Don't be insolent.
Just asking.
Who was there?
Local cop, murder squad.
Anything interesting?
If it was Yuri, you would be the first to know. Here are my arrangements for security at the conference. I hope they meet with your approval.
I'm sure they are immaculate, as always.
California. You swear Erwin can come too?
Guarantee it.
I haven't had a chance to talk to him. He's on a trip. Toys from Dresden.
Cut the small talk.
Sydney. Can I call you that?
Why not?
There's no trace of your 5 missing agents, I swear it. I've access to every archive. On my life, there's no file. Even in Colonel Schnabel's private, personal safe.
You can go in there?
I change his cipher key every day. Normally, he's in the room, but he had to go downstairs to interview some cop.
Well, maybe you should try the SSD computer file dealing with the shooting yesterday. The Swiss banker in the street.
Now, that was an American. Charles S. Lupus, CIA area controller, Eastern Europe. Was he a friend?
What do you know about him?
Apparently, Lupus panicked. He pulled a gun, and in the shooting, he was killed. It was only a routine pickup.
You gotta try harder. Now, somewhere there is a file on 5 U.S. agents.
Sir, Sydney, I work on General Vogel's stuff. Sure, their secrets kept to himself. But right now, he's too busy with a visit. Believe me.
What visit?
Mikhail Gorbachev. Tomorrow.
I didn't know he was due here tomorrow.
It's a secret. A secret visit. With some very odd ciphers. Vogel's eyes only. And I overheard the strangest conversation in Vogel's office. It was in Russian. Говорите по-русски?
Немножко.
Maszyny ubezpieczone rozstrzech. Eksplozywów, a także brosów. Rocket i pulie. Jedna сводит всегда, две едет. Vogel talking to Colonel Zaitsev, KGB. I didn't see Zaitsev, but I recognized the voice. I'm very good at voices. Now, that's no way to speak about the architect of glasnost, is it?
Not when you're arranging his protection.
I brought you copies of the ciphers. They come from different sources. Moscow, Tula, military district, Murmansk. But not through regular channels.
What's so odd about the ciphers?
Very old, pre-revolutionary cryptography. I could crack it in an hour or two, given several $1 billion worth of computers.
Well done, Dieter.
Will this get us to California?
Are there stars on Hollywood Boulevard?
We need to talk. Bugger off, Jack. You'll bring down the whole house of cards with behavior like this. Now, Bill?
Malcolm.
Look,
we've got a time problem. You understand me? Gorbachev's coming in tomorrow. Secret visit.
Big deal.
Tell me you know all about it, sleuth.
Well, it's hardly surprising.
Somebody plans to kill him. Is that a surprise?
What somebody?
Marcus Vogel, plus probably Zaitsev, KGB colonel. They refer to Gorbachev in private as that traitor, and they regret that his vehicle is armored.
Very able guy, Zaitsev. Very nasty. Okay, slow down. I'm listening.
Vogel communicates with KGB Moscow using this weird cipher. Copies enclosed. All Stalinists. Guys with plenty to lose through perestroika. Put some of that budget my government helps you guys out with to good use and decipher these pronto. If I'm wrong, so help me, I'll never bother you again. If I'm right, we have just a few hours before the apostle of glasnost arrives here in Berlin.
Right. We'll rendezvous at Littman's bookshop at 4 p.m.
Yep, this is the one. Werner Rolls, Little Beetle.
I want the area checked, house to house.
Right, sir.
The fingerprints are predominantly Rolls, but the other set and the driver's wheel, whose?
Not a citizen of the Republic, according to the computer.
The American.
It's a quantum leap.
Why would he dump it here? Why would he dump it here? What's here for a man on the run?
Rudy's Cafe.
The Volkswagen across the road.
Which Volkswagen?
The yellow one with the police round it.
Whose is it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
One morning there it was.
What morning?
The other day.
Describe the driver.
I didn't see him.
How about I have this place searched for black market goods? Tobacco, perfume.
Pornography. Items of that nature.
Sergeant, get started.
Gentlemen, please. A boyfriend of Annalisa, I think. Just perhaps.
Who's Annalisa?
Waitress. Works here mornings. She's an artist.
I remember Chuck in Hanoi. He told them he was Jane Fonda's press agent.
Come in.
Sir, GCHQ for you. Most immediate. Eyes only.
Well.
They deciphered Grant's stuff?
Malcolm, where and when for Jack Grant?
Littman's bookshop in 7 minutes.
Well, we better get along there. According to this, the boy's absolutely right.
Hey, wait here. Good time, Mike.
Hello, Flora.
Oh, hello. Yes, he's upstairs.
You weren't followed.
Well, we're not bloody amateurs. I'm Walter Simpson, Malcolm's
You're
boss.
Sam McCready. Cut the crap.
Does the name now, Jocks, ring a bell?
Captain, SS Intelligence. In 1939, he staged an attack on a German radio station using concentration camp inmates dressed up as Polish soldiers. During the attack, they were killed. The bodies produced as evidence of Polish aggression. Hitler's excuse to start World War II.
Question. Do you believe a possible plot to murder Gorbachev with Stalinist hardliners, as we believe, and the disappearance of 5 American agents from the town where the killing might take place is a coincidence?
5 CIA agents to be produced, then shot down at the scene of Gorbachev's murder. Could send the Cold War right back to the Ice Age.
Could start a hot war. Jack, my director and yours are at this moment briefing Prime Minister and President. Our belief is, if we merely warn off Gorbachev, the plotters will escape and strike again. I want you to work with a British cell, well-placed, black, deep, untarnished, codename Ptarmigan.
Aim?
To save the President of the Soviet Union from assassination.
I was going to have a haircut, but okay. Just this one time.
Here are the deciphered signals. There are map coordinates indicating a possible route from Schonefield Airport to a hunting lodge near Rudersdorf. This signal reads, suggest use stage road accident or forest fire to get target out from vehicle for transfer to another.
The trader travels everywhere in it. His armored limo.
Ptarmigan runs an SIS asset deep inside East German intelligence. Go to this location. The cell leader will meet you.
Recognition routine?
You're known to Ptarmigan.
How do we know we're not on some damned wild goose chase?
Police work, my lad, is a never-ending succession of spiral staircases leading, one hopes, to the occasional result.
A poet. Only I could be assigned to a poet.
So let's have it. What exactly are you doing here?
There's a rare game bird found in Scotland. It's called ptarmigan.
I had you pegged for the opposition.
Why? Because of my boyfriend?
Well, it was either him or the Brits. The way you picked me up at Rudy's Cafe, that was the work of a professional operator.
Jack, I'm English. I work for Sam McCready, control from London.
No tank fighting father, no piano.
I've been running Ptarmigan for 3 years. We service a top agent right here in Berlin.
You're a credit to your firm.
Don't be silly. You're a happily married man. I've read your file.
What a business to be in.
It has its moments. Go along with this. You're going to have to trust me.
You are Werner Roll?
Yeah.
Come with us. In the car. Dark bristles, and a razor normally used for ladies' toiletry.
So, we know she had a man here. But how do we know it was our man?
The abandoned Volkswagen. No one abandons a Beetle, not even in that condition.
Killer abandoned it?
A killer whose prints we now have. Those prints, if I'm right, should be in this apartment, on this razor.
On this paintbrush, this stepladder.
Now you're making like a detective. Sergeant, get fingerprints up here immediately. And let's see if forensics can tell us when these were drawn.
Wait outside. I am Ptarmigan 1.
Is it safe here? Is this a safe place?
This is not a safe occupation. I hear from London that you've uncovered, almost single-handed, a conspiracy to kill Gorbachev. Annalisa has not been made privy to the precise details. How did you uncover this plot?
I believe that 5 U.S. agents are being held, probably drugged. They're going to be shot at the scene of the assassination, then presented to the world press as evidence of an American act of aggression against the Soviet bloc.
But you have evidence. Before I risk my work for the British, I clearly require hard facts.
This is your firm's business. How much can I tell?
Marcus is Ptarmigan 1. We trust him completely.
For instance, which member of my staff communicated the conclusive evidence to you?
What the hell kind of a question is that? In just a few hours' time, renegade KGBs are going to try to turn the clock back to the good old days of Uncle Joe Stalin. That's all you need to know.
Just give me the name, Jack. And then I can be sure of the strength of all this.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
You got a cigarette?
Sure. Here.
I don't like where you're coming from, my friend. Honey, this guy's a Judas. I've met him from Saigon to Beirut. I can smell him. That's how I survive. If he moves, blow the sucker's head off. Okay, we walk out of here. Get on your feet.
You should always trust your first instincts, Jack.
I really do require an answer to my question, Mr. Grant. What a dreadful business we're all in. You should have stuck to the flute.
Zaitsev. Can we talk?
Of course.
I've been to the asylum. The 5 Americans are being brought out of the sodium pentothal phase. I've given orders for them to be kept lightly drugged, betadine and heroin.
Grant told us nothing. When this is over, I'll interrogate him more thoroughly.
And then?
Show trial. The CIA control over the 5 agents who gunned down our glorious leader.
Can we risk having him speak out in a courtroom?
By the time I finish with him, he won't know if it's Friday or breakfast time. Say precisely what he is programmed to say.
And what about your Ptarmigan game?
Ptarmigan's a problem. MI6 expect Annalisa to return from this contact with a message from me. Their precious asset, deep inside this service.
You know, I've never been sure just who Fraulein Mahler is betraying. MI6 who recruited her at Oxford? Or the SSD who seduced her? while she was on an exchange with a nice German family.
Come off it, Zadchef. I've given you good service, and you know it.
Of course you have, my dear. Vesper. Take Fräulein Mahler back to her apartment.
Mr. Grant.
Oh, no, buddy. Shot while trying to escape. I've seen the movie.
I never thought I'd have to seek the help of a CIA man, but we both know a calamity is about to happen and there's nobody we can trust.
What calamity?
Gorbachev.
Oh, give me a break. You've got the whole East German service at your disposal.
Not all the conspirators are known to me.
What kind of help?
There's going to be an ambush, I'm sure. And there's one other man I believe can help us.
The sighting on investigation turned out to be negative, sir.
Bit of breakfast for you, sir.
Police headquarters? Yes, I want to speak to Lieutenant Brosh, homicide.
Lieutenant Brosh is out.
Out? Well, can you contact him? This is very urgent. I'm one of his pigeons. It's about the murder of that cop.
Can you hold the line?
Yeah, I'll wait.
Who is it?
I think we should meet.
Are you okay, Chief? Where?
Just you and me, one-on-one.
I remember what happened the last time you met a cop. On these terms?
There's a shack near the canal behind Rudy's Cafe. Circus. Poster on the side.
I know it.
Come alone.
Cover them. Keep out of sight. On your feet.
My name's Jack Grant. I'm an intelligence officer with the CIA.
Save the confession for later. You're under arrest.
I was investigating the disappearance of 5 of our agents when I uncovered a conspiracy to murder the Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev here in East Berlin, 2 hours from now.
Tell that to state security.
The director of State Security, General Marcus Vogel, is one of the plotters. I just escaped from a cell in the SSD building on Meinhausstrasse, where you recently informed Colonel Ralph Schnabel of your suspicions about me.
You're a professional. That much has been clear from the start. But my concern is murder.
There's no one else to turn to. Schnabel has no one else to trust. And better to avoid a murder than to solve one.
Tell me about it.
Vogel plans to blame the USA.
To go.
I still think he should be moved by helicopter.
Tell that to Zaitsev. Tell him the KGB don't know their job.
It would be more secure.
Come now, Rolf. What could possibly go wrong?
They intend to intercept Gorbachev on his drive to the hunting lodge. A face known to Gorbachev's 2 personal bodyguards will explain some kind of problem in order to get him out of the armored limo.
I believe you. I can't deliver much. I'm not a powerful man.
Can you come up with a black ZIL limousine?
A ZIL limo?
Hotel International. They have a ZIL for Russian VIPs.
Hurry! Let's go.
Someone had predicted I'd be stealing a car, me, horse, brush.
Bought a new car, Lieutenant.
I knew he'd fiddled his expenses.
Okay, smart asses, you're going off duty? I've got a little job I want you to do.
Oh.
want you guys as escorts.
Yes, sir. All right, we're back on patrol duty.
That old wreck is an escort car?
It's all we've got. They can bring up the rear.
Come on. Come on, move it along.
Approaching airport exit.
They're about to leave the airport.
Good. We're about a half hour in front.
What makes you think the main conspirators will be present?
It would take General Vogel or the Russian Zaitsev to persuade Gorbachev's guards to unlock the car doors, believe me. Nervous?
I'm too scared.
Sergeant, they'll be here in a few minutes. Set up the roadblock now.
Sir. Vehicles into position.
Say you're mistaken. What then?
We don't get ambushed, Gorbachev lives, and I guess you're going to charge me with involuntary homicide.
Murder.
Should have brought my lawyer.
Keep your face hidden till the last possible moment.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Then you're a communist?
What now?
Юрий Зайцев, Комитет государственной безбедности. Двето отделение.
What's the problem?
Armed political criminals. We must transfer for Secretary Gorbachev to the helicopter. Please, unlock the door.
Now, Dietrich, now! Open fire! Now we got a crime for you. All stations. Armed attack and police. Armed attack and police. Four down. Attackers in Soviet uniform. Map coordinates 376242.
Colonel Schnabel for Special Security Unit. Move now. I repeat, move now.
Poor Dietrich. What am I going to tell his mother? He lived with his sister and mother.
An excellent job, Lieutenant. I shall see to it that your work today receives due credit. You have saved the life of the leader of the Soviet Union and prevented, quite possibly, a disastrous international conflict.
Colonel, I didn't do this by myself.
Oh, yes, you did.
This is the man who uncovered the conspiracy. He's an agent of...
Mine. Is that not so, Mr. Grant?
I'd rather take the murder rap.
It appears that averting an international catastrophe brings certain benefits. I suggest you accept the Colonel's offer.
If it means a trip home with no strings attached, I'll take it. You're a good man, Horsebrook.
A realist. Get out of here.
What about my 5 colleagues?
They are now in my custody. Please tell Washington we'll be happy to exchange them for some friends of ours at present in a U.S. jail.
And Annalisa?
Found dead this morning. On the courtyard, 5 floors below her beloved attic studio. The window was wide open.
She killed herself.
Not unless she first hit herself hard on the back of the neck. Most professional, really. I hate to add to your problems.
But what?
Gorbachev is going to make you a hero of the Soviet Union.
I love it. Langley's gonna toss me out of my ear.
So, don't tell him. After all, it's just another secret.